If you don't know what Sea of Thieves is yet, although I don't know how you missed it because all of the internet, that's all they talked about this past weekend, it's a new pirate game from Rare. It's going to be Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive, and it's basically a multiplayer open world pirate game. There's all the pirate essentials. You know, you've got your pirate ship, you've got the open sea, sharks, sunken treasure, buried treasure, treasure maps, and sea battles with other pirates. You can play single player, you can play 2-player, or you can play 4-player, and 4-player is the max crew. I know online people are trying to get them to petition to have bigger crews, but I really think 4 is a good amount. Any more than 4, and I think that the playing levels might be a little bit unfair, especially for players who are just playing in like the single or the 2-player crews. One of the things with Sea of Thieves is there's so much more to the game than just questing or just doing the basics. There's so much more to it. It is one of those games where I do think it relies heavily on the people that you play with and that you encounter. I wouldn't really suggest playing single player. I definitely think you do need to at least join a crew of 2, but the crew of 4 is definitely where the game gets super interesting. It's just one of those games where it's all about the random encounters, and it's all about the things that go wrong or that go right during your mission and your questing for the treasure. One of the things that we did get to see in the beta that I really liked and I got to play with a lot was upgrading your mission strands. So there's your basic quests where you accept a quest and then you and your crew vote on the quest and you follow the directions, whether that's getting the first part of a riddle to an island that you need to go to, or it's just a picture of an island, and then you have to go to your main map, which is on your boat, and match the two. Find the island on the main map and then you set your coordinates to that. You go there and then there's X's on those maps to tell you where the treasure is. And then through that, by finishing your quest and turning in the chests that you find, you earn gold. But you can also spend your gold on upgrading your level or your title maybe. I'm not really exactly sure how to explain it, but it's you upgrade the category of quests that you get. And the higher your category, the much harder and more fun the quests get. They can get multi-chaptered or they can get much harder and much more less obvious riddles that you have to solve and so forth. I love questing. That was one of my favorite things to do. But there's so much to do beyond questing. On your way to an island, you could, come across a sunken ship and then you want to go explore that sunken ship because it might have treasure chests on it as well. Or you could run into other pirates. It's always fun using your spyglass and seeing other pirates out there, and then it's always like this moment where you can tell you're both watching each other to see if one starts changing their coordinates to come to get you, or if you decide you want to go attack them. Pirate battles are a lot of fun. It's just pure chaos. It's cannon fire, you got people on the cannons, you've got people down below scooping out water and repairing any holes. Then you've got your combat people, which usually you try to put them in a cannon, fire them onto the enemy ship so that they can kind of infiltrate from the inside. It's just pure chaos, but so much fun. One of my favorite moments in the game was I was in a crew of 4 and we saw this little ship of a crew of 2 that was going to a specific island, and we attacked it and sunk it. And while we were still just hanging out there, we saw, because when you sink their ship and they die, because when you die, you go back to your ship. But if you don't have a ship to go to and your ship is sunk, you get teleported to the nearest Outpost island, which, I guess, side note, the Outpost islands are where your shops are and where you turn in your chests. They're not safe zones. You can still be attacked on the Outpost, so keep that in mind. But then, they had returned to the Outpost and they went back to that same island that we just blew them up at. Obviously, they had a mission there. They were going there to get a chest, so we blew them up again. That happened, maybe we sunk them 3 or 4 times. And then we saw them going back to the island again. And this time we were like, you know what? We don't want to be these assholes that sit here and just keep murdering these guys and sinking their ship. We don't want them to have a bad experience in the beta because of us. So we decided to still have some more fun with them. So what we did was we abandoned and sunk our own ship to hopefully not clue them into the fact that we were on the island that they were on. We waited until they both got off the ship and then we boarded their ship. And since they were a 2-player crew, their ship only had 1 deck below. So we all hid down in there below deck and got our instruments out. We were ready because we wanted to surprise them when they got back onto their ship that, hey, look, it's the 4 pirates that kept killing you, but instead we're all down here already on your ship and we're playing you music. But of course we forgot about proximity chat. Here he comes running up to his ship, and I guess he heard us and he just stopped. And I was looking at the little porthole window and he just freezes, staring at his ship, and all of a sudden he just turns around and starts running away. So of course, we chase after him with our instruments drawn, trying to play some music for him. And he, I mean, obviously has no idea what's going on. He's got these 4 pirates that wouldn't quit sinking him, chasing him. He kills me before he finally realizes, wait, these guys don't want to hurt me. So he pulls out an instrument and starts playing as well. We end up all boarding his ship. There's, 6 of us on a 2-man ship, and we sail around for him a little bit. Another 4-player ship comes up and tries to attack him. We go into this huge battle with this inky-dinky little 2-man ship. We got it all covered. 6 people on 4. It was this huge, amazing pirate battle, and then all was well, and we made new friends. He's now a friend of mine on Xbox Live. It's just weird, crazy moments that just happen. There's sharks that can eat you. There's skeletons on a bunch of the other islands that will definitely attack you or even fire the cannons at you from an island when you're trying to get there. It's just pure chaos, and it's all really just the random things that can happen that make this game so much fun. There's even different cursed chests. There's a chest that when you carry it, it makes you drunk, trying to run that up the shore to turn it in while other pirates are trying to steal it from you. It's crazy. There's thunderstorms that happen that will easily sink your ship if you're not careful, not only just by the rain filling up your lower decks, but by the wind can capsize you. There's just complete, utter mayhem and chaos and randomness that happens that just really, really makes this game so interesting. You can do the same mission over and over again, but I guarantee you, you will never have the same experience twice. I'm really excited about this game, obviously. I absolutely loved everything I played of it. I've been looking forward to this game since the first time I saw it at a few E3s ago, and every time I get my hands on it or I see more on it, I'm getting more and more excited for it. I don't know if they do have an open beta planned. They did put on their Twitter when they were doing their closing out of this beta. They said, hey, everybody, keep your eyes out on our social media. We have more planned for you before release. So hopefully that means we have another beta coming up with more things to explore and more things to do in the game. I can't wait for the final release. I'm going to play the shit out of this game. It's so, so good. If you've been on the fence about Sea of Thieves, I really don't know of anything negative that I encountered in the beta. Things that I didn't like about the game. I loved it. Every time I played this beta, I think I played just this beta period alone 4 or 5 times. Every time I played it, I had memorable experiences and just had hours and hours of ridiculous fun in it. I'm going to completely disappear from public normal life once this game comes out because that's all I'm going to be doing. Let me know down in the comments if you got to play the beta, what were some of your favorite moments? I love hearing about other people's stories within Sea of Thieves. One of my favorites was this guy that said he had been just sailing around by himself and he saw another pirate in the water. He took him on boat with him and they became fast friends. They sailed around, they did missions together, everything was great. And then randomly, the guy just came up to him on the boat and said, never trust a pirate, and shot him right in the face and stole his boat. Those kind of stories are what makes this game so much fun. So let me know down in the comments what are some of your favorite moments from the Sea of Thieves beta. And I hope to see a lot of you guys in the final game. As always, thanks for watching.